So, Classroom of the Elite. Shit slaps. That's the review. No, seriously, this anime is so good. The main reason I actually like this was the plot. Everything pretty much circumvented all my expectations. If you watch enough anime, it's very easy to say, oh, I see exactly where this is going. But whether it was the discovery of the point system, Kushida having a messed up dark side, Ruyen's defeat, or Ayanokoji basically saying, you know what? I don't fuck with none of y'all. My jaw dropped at every single plot twist. What I thought would be a simple slice of life school anime turned out to be fucking 3D chess. It constantly makes you feel like there's more than one side to everybody, and looks can be very deceiving. Each person has their own reason for going to the school. The methods they use to achieve all the goals all seem to cause a conflict with each other and create these amazing storylines that have me going one episode one hurt to, man, I just spent the whole day watching this. Before we go any deeper into the show, the F is up with this guy. Maybe it's explained better in the light novel, but I don't necessarily understand the reason for his inclusion in this entire anime. His presence is the most inconsequential thing I've ever seen in anime. Even in the final arc, he dips. And you know what? The story progresses just fine without him. I hope in season 2 they actually make something out of him. Now, looking at the main characters, Horikita is very much the character that gets the most development here. A large majority of the show centers around her letting people in and acknowledging that you can't do everything by yourself and you need allies. She starts off the anime looking down on people and not seeing them as equals, and over the 12 episodes, she grows into someone that is somewhat okay with relying on others. While her change was predictable, it is masterful how they made it feel natural. When she finally admits that she thinks of Ayanokoji as an ally, the moment doesn't feel forced, it feels earned. Ayanokoji, this man is main character heaven. And I say this because without a shadow of a doubt, this man carries this show. Even at the start, he has no business getting involved in any of the storylines, but it always ends with everything that just happened here was all part of my plan. I'm like, okay, baby Aizen, okay. There's absolutely no reason I should be on the side of a manipulator, but here I am, waiting for him to win all these 3D chess games that he plays. It also helps that they don't give you his full story right off the bat. It's given in slight little drips with flashbacks to the White Room and his father's involvement later in the show. Also, how the F did this guy get into such a school without his pop's permission? One thing I like is that they got Ayanokoji involved in the main storyline through the deal with his teacher. You see, this man says he wants to live an average, peaceful life, but has been constantly getting involved in activities that help Class D grow and become Class A. Soon or later, people would have asked, why is he so active for somebody who wants his life to be so chill? But the deal with the teacher takes care of that for all of us. Ayanokoji is a smart badass with amazing observation skills, and that last scene, fucking great, man. What do you mean people are tools? I don't think of any of you as allies. In terms of the other characters besides maybe Sado, not a lot of time is spent developing them. Which makes sense, it's a lot of characters, but when they do need to create a subplot, the characters are used very well. We don't get much detail about the leader of Class A, but I can already tell she's a smart, manipulating, chess-playing top G. The times Ruyen is sent to stay, he plays the role of villain really well and gives you someone to despise in the show. People that seem to be the most important to the plot all get their time in the sun. Character design wise, it's pretty much standard stock stuff. Everybody's pretty much in uniform all the time, so I can't lie to you and say the way Ayanokoji wears his uniform shows that he doesn't care and just wants to lead a simple, charmed life. No, they stop grasping at straws here. The way they design their eyes is like super cool though. There really isn't much to say about the world building in this show. Maybe when it came out, it might have looked futuristic with the phones, but honestly, these are just advanced iPhone 14s. All in all, it's just as cool. The island arc did provide some change of scenery, fresh visuals, and challenges, but honestly, what carries this show is the plot and how these characters interact with each other. So I don't think it's that big of a deal that they didn't focus on it. What the studio did focus on was production. The animation quality is one of the main things I admire about the show. You can tell the animation studio took their time. Characters aren't drawn flat, but there is careful shading and highlights that give each character an environment, a level of detail that makes you think either the people who worked on this really love the show or the money counter goes. Beyond the animation, I love the quotes at the beginning of each and every episode. It's all philosophical, but it relates to the episode so well. And of course, there's a bit of fan service. A lot of time was spent animating the F out of fan service in this show. They even gave the fans an only fans go. You go from a normal scene to, oh, they are 100% turning up the sex sells button. So, a little something for the horny teenage boys. While it's noticeable, I think it's one of the few animes that does it and it doesn't distract too much from the story. I haven't read the light novel, so I didn't go through the pain that readers went through because apparently, as an adaptation, it's a bit of a mess. Without that context, I very much believe this is arguably best school anime I've watched. I still need to watch Assassination Classroom, so please don't come for me. All in all, 9 out of 10.